my name is Chris and I'm an addict. Thank you very much, Jarina, for inviting me over to come and do a share in Birmingham. I'm from Leicester myself, and I think I recognise a couple of faces, and yeah, that's what CA brings for us, isn't it? You know, a real connection and a fellowship of men and women that, you know, we do meet along our journeys. I chose that part of the big book because it really struck into me after a relapse, and so just a little bit before that, let me explain. I did go off to a 12-step program, rehab for 6 months, and I was taught a lot of stuff, and I came out of there and I was working a program. It was with a new fellowship. When CA came to Leicester, I moved over to CA Leicester, which was approximately a year ago. So I knew where my drinking had taken me in the past, and I now know what qualifies me to be in these rooms of Cocaine Anonymous. It's that I have no mental defence against that first drink, and I suffer with a physical allergy, which was one thing that always stuck in my mind for 3 years because I was taught that in a treatment centre. Doctor's opinion, doctor's opinion, doctor's opinion. And so my thinking was, as long as I stay away from that first drink, I'm not going to get into any trouble. You know, life's okay and life's good. You know, I've got a beautiful daughter, I've got a beautiful grandson that, you know, I've used most, well, practically since my daughter was 5. You know, okay, even longer, but, you know, I used all through her lifetime, drinking and taking drugs when I could, and she was around it a lot. What happens is I'm doing all right. I really am doing all right, and I believe I'm doing all right. And I pick up a 3-year chip in Cocaine Anonymous for 3 years sobriety time, and you know, it's funny because when I picked that chip up, somebody handed me a 2-year, and I was like, I'm 3 years, you know. So, you know, a bit of like that illusion of power, I'm not, you know, everything's a bit rolled into one. You know, the illusion of power is already setting in on me, and probably it's set in a long, long time ago. I'm working in a recovery field, I have a nice little landlord at work, and people are coming to me for help, which is wonderful. But I'd like to share what happened on that day when I relapsed. And it wasn't until I went back and got disturbed. Well, I got disturbed around the relapse. But so on 3 years, 7 days later, my mum's allowed me to go to her caravan on the East Coast. Trusted me to go by myself. I drives up there. We've had a beautiful summer. That, you know, that it's been, you know, heat waves, hasn't it? What we dream of. And on the Thursday I drive up there. It's lovely. I'm going for walks on the beach. I'm going to the cafe for my morning breakfast. And do you know what? There isn't a cloud in the sky. There's no cloud on the horizon, and I feel good. I felt really good. So Sunday, I'm doing the same routine that I've been doing. You know, Thursday, Friday, Saturday at Mum's caravan, and what happened? I don't know. I don't know. I walk over to the clubhouse and I order a pint of shandy. Now nothing, and I can quite, you know, nothing went through my mind of what I'd put my daughter through in the past. I've been in hospital, my daughter's pregnant, yeah? And she's being told, your mum may not make it through the night because I'm bleeding to death through ascites in my esophagus. In and out of detox. I've done 6 months in rehab. None of that went through my mind. I just looked at the shandy, paid for the shandy, drank the shandy, took it out into the garden and drank the shandy with no thought process whatsoever. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. With that, finished that, I went straight to the club shop where I remember thinking, I've never tried pink gin. Let's have a go at that. So I thanked a bottle of pink gin, and blackouts come now from the alcohol in my system because I'm not drinking for, you know, some amount of time. You know, my tolerance isn't very high. I did reach out to my boss, and I don't know how it happened. happened? There was 2 people at my door at the caravan, and they got me home to Leicester. That didn't end there, you know. I went straight out, waved them off at the flat window, see ya, and I'm off in my car driving, still under the influence. I would have been over the limit. I'm driving my car to the garage for, you know, what was my best friend, a bottle of brandy and 20 fags. Forgot that I don't smoke any more cigarettes, but you know, let's have some fags as well. I came out of that spree relatively quickly. Well, I came out of it very quickly compared to a lot of people. You know, a lot of people go back out for weeks, months, years and never come back. I didn't know what had happened. What had happened to me? I know that I can't pick up that pint of shandy. I know that that's going to do something to me as I sit here today. Yeah, but in that moment, nothing went. Was it a blank spot? It must have been. You know, it must have been a blank spot. I got in contact with a women's CA group, and I just put it out there. What's happened to me? I don't know. I can't explain this. And somebody picked me up and started saying to me, so, you know, what is alcoholism? You know, I forgot about the mind part, because I'm thinking my mind works okay now. I forgot about that my mind can twist, yeah? And, you know, I can have I have no defence against that first drink. I thought that was bullshit. No, I've got to have some sort of defence. Christine, me, has got to have a defence. Taking all that power back. That's what I was doing. So I was disturbed about what had happened to me. I was like, I've got to go back into work. I've got to tell people. I've got to tell them in CA. I've got to tell my sponsees that, you know, I've relapsed. You know, God did take me back out of that relapse quick and got me back into the rooms, and, you know, had to find some humility and just say, I don't know what happened. I don't know. I can't explain it. I said to my sponsor, so what happened? What wasn't I doing? What was I doing? And she was like, it's not about what you were doing, it was about what wasn't going on and all this. And I'm thinking, I still don't explain. And when she said you're powerless against relapse, I'm thinking, no one can tell me that. You know, I've got a bit of power. You know, I know to stay away from that first drink because I know that I'll kickstart the physical allergy, blah, 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 blah. But, you know, to be told that was disturbing, and to be told that, you know, our heads can twist at any time, and, you know, we can have this blank spot. People have come up to me since in Leicester and said, you know, so what, you know, and I'm just like that. I can't explain it, guys. I cannot explain it. You know, this is what happens to us. You know, we are mentally and physically different from our fellows. I did talk about the spiritual aspect of, you know, the spiritual malady with people, and I look at my mum today, and, you know, she can be spiritually quite sick all the time, you know, but she doesn't have this need to go and pick up. And on that day, on that weekend, and for quite some time, I've not had the desire, you know, to pick up. For 3 years I didn't really. I've been on quite a few all-inclusive holidays, and my mind might have twisted that little bit. Oh, wouldn't a gin and tonic be nice, you know, by the poolside? But, you know, God, and, you know, I've had some defence against that drink. In this particular moment, I had no mental defence, and I can't explain it. I'm just here to, you know, when I looked at, and I've been looking, you know, around the mind, rather than the body aspect, because I think, you know, I'm quite good on that doctor's opinion. It's around this mind stuff, and it disturbed me that much that I came straight back into it. It was kind of like a 24-hour spree. Thank God, really, because my drinking takes me to the police coming round, which they did do after I drank that bottle of brandy. The police are back at my door, disturbing my neighbours, disturbing my daughter, you know, and being a bit of a pain to society again, which I was when I was actively using for many, many years. A drain on society I was. So what am I doing different? I still don't know sometimes. I think, well, wasn't I doing that before? You know, okay, I dropped off a few things, you know, like we can do in recovery. What's different this time is I've understood that the process of these steps is to get us to step 12, to help others. You know, to have that spiritual experience of helping another person that comes into these rooms and, like I was saying to my sponsors, I don't even want to go into the meeting, but somehow I've got to go. You know, that's not me. I mean, you know, who wants to really be in Birmingham on a Saturday night, you know, when it's a bit windy and I could be at home with my iPad maybe watching some, you know, rerun of Breaking Bad, you know, I don't know, anything. You know, I don't have any, I heard somebody say the other day, and I will just share with you, it's not my words, but somebody said, look at your willpower. You know, I had no willpower over drinking, I had no choice, it said it in some of the readings. You know, and my mum used to say to me, she used to say, just put it down, just stop, use your willpower. And if I could have said this to her back then, it would have been classic, because if I could have said, Mum, use your willpower against diarrhoea, there is none, is there? If you've got diarrhoea, no matter how much willpower you use, you ain't going to stop it. I wish I could have said that to her, God bless her, I wouldn't have. But, you know, but I'm here today to hopefully carry a bit of a message that, you know, we have to work these steps on a daily basis. We have to understand step one. You know, it's up there at the beginning. Let's understand our powerlessness over drink and drugs, whatever your drug of choice is. You know, I don't believe it matters whether you drink alcohol, you snort cocaine, you smoke a pipe, and don't let the word God fear you up. You know, allow to go on that process and find an understanding of God yourself, because you know, I was standing in the way of God, wasn't, you know, moving to the side to let him back in, my understanding. You know, I was blocked off, and he was always there, you know, ready to catch me when I fall. God is always there for us. I was just blocking him off, so I have gone through these steps again, and to the best of my ability. And you know what, I've got, you know, it's been a new experience. It really has been a new experience going through these steps a different way. And so I've got a new understanding of you guys, new understanding a little bit around myself, and still working on myself. But I've got a new understanding around God as well. And I will just, because I do love this bit, I will just read this. And at the bottom of more about alcoholism, it does say once more, the alcoholic at certain times, sorry, it's on page 43 if anyone wants, the alcoholic at certain times has no effective mental defence against the first drink, except in a few rare cases. Neither he nor any other human being can provide such a defence. His defence must come from a higher power. I'll leave it there. Thank you for your patient listening to me talk. And yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Lucy.